Hey guys, sorry I've been away for a while, but as you clearly can see, I'm here today with my counterpart.
Paul Savio, of course.
And I'm, of course, Eric Orwood. I think I've been Eric Orwood for a while now. What is it? Going on 19 years, I think?
Something along those lines.
I don't know what my memory of the early years is vague, but I'm pretty sure I've always been called Eric Orwood. No guarantees. But today we're doing our top 5.
As you all know, iOS is a very popular operating system on the iPod Touch, the iPhone, and of course the iPad. Both Eric and I have had iOS-based systems for a long time, and Eric here is going to start you on our top 5 iOS games.
Now let's start with our top 5. Coming in at number 5, for me, of course, opinion-based, and this is only what I've played. I can't really, comment or rate anything I haven't played. That's not fair to the developers. That's not fair to people who have their opinions. So this is just what I play. This is what I've owned, and this is what I've, put some time into. So starting off my top 5 is Fling. Fling is a simple puzzle game based on the fact that when you complete the puzzle, you want to have one character, of course known as a Fling, left on the board. In order to accomplish this, feat of marvelous magnitude, I guess you could call it, at the time, is simply flinging the characters into each other, either just going up or to either side or down, and that's basically it. Now you're timed, and of course you go through harder sequences of levels, and yeah, it's really a simple premise based on the sheer merits of its display, its accessibility. It's really simple, and it really takes advantage of the iPhone 4's new Retina display. It's very crisp, it's very clean, it's nothing overly complicated, but it's pleasing, and really it deserves mention as a very good game, and for 99 cents you really can't go wrong with Fling. Now moving to number 4, it gets a little harder, because this game I really appreciate, but just based on how simple it is, it doesn't really deserve to be in the top 3. And it is Stick Golf. And again, for 99 cents, sometimes free, it's a good game. It's basically just a stick person with a stick golf club, of course, and you hit a ball around and try to make par, or try to make birdie, and you have to get a certain score to move on to harder levels. You simply have a power bar and an aiming mechanism, and that's how you play the game. It's really, really simple again. And that's what it is. It's good looking, it does what it does well, and it's a good time killer. Now moving on to number 3 is the infamous iOS game, Angry Birds. Angry Birds is a simple knock 'em down puzzle. You have your bird characters with the power just to knock them down, accelerate, explode, multiply, drop eggs that explode, that type of thing. And your simple goal is to knock down the frog's base and destroy them, kill them. And that's all it really is. It's a puzzle game and simple aim and fling. That's good. I don't know really how to explain it. You can see the video over here. Coming in at number 2 is another pretty popular game, and it's Plants vs. Zombies. Plants vs. Zombies is similar to kind of a tower defense type game, where you kind of set up your defense as you go based on how much sunlight you collect. You can place items. It's well done. Lots of plants, lots of different types of zombies, good strategy involved. Looks really good on the Retina display, and it's cheap at $3. Value per hour of gameplay on par with any game on a console you can find. But coming in at number 1 for my favorite game on the iPhone, on the iOS 4 system in general, is Cut the Rope. Now, Cut the Rope is based on the premise where you want to get a simple little swirly peppermint candy to your pet's mouth. Now, it's stuck in a rope, and you want to cut the rope and get it just to drop. Now, you face such challenges as gravity, spiders eating your candy, and as you go on, of course, there's an added incentive of collecting stars. And if you collect stars, you'll get a higher score. I'm going to pretty much rely on the game footage to kind of give you a better idea of what it is. I like it. And so that's been my top 5.
Now, I'm no veteran on the iOS software, but I think I'm pretty ready to be judging the top 5 games, at least of what I've played. So I think my number 5 game is Battle Bears Zombies. You play as Oliver. The game takes place directly after Battle Bear -1 and fight zombies. Your character is stationary. You use one thumbstick to shoot and the other thumbstick to move around your cursor. And you shoot little pink, blue, orange, depending on what level you're in, teddy bears. If you shoot them in the head, their head pops off and rainbows explode from them. I highly suggest this game. Number 4 on my list is a game called Monster Dash. You play as Barry Steak Fries and you're running across a 2D world. One button is jump, the other button is shoot. And basically your premise is to jump over gaps and shoot monsters. What more could you want? Barry runs across the world, across several stages, like New York City, the Great Wall of China, Transylvania, shooting monsters that would most likely go with that area. Zombies, vampires, and the like. Very good game, very fast-paced, and surprisingly highly difficult. And it is a very, very fun game. My number 3 game is Plants vs. Zombies. While I've only played it on the iPad, it's been told to me that it's greatly similar to the iPhone and iPod Touch version. Still, this game is highly addictive, and, of course, the gameplay can be seen right over there. Again, I highly suggest this game due to its addictiveness and its fun mini-games and its amazing survival mode. My number 2 game is a game called Age of Zombies. It's made by the same developer who made Monster Dash, and it stars Barry Steak Fries yet again, this time in a different battle. Barry Steak Fries is traveling through time to fight zombies created by the evil Dr. Brains. You must battle your way through 5 levels of zombie awesomeness using a variety of weapons like an SMG, a shotgun, sentinels, grenades, and many more. This game was originally a PSN exclusive as a mini for the PSP and PS3, but was then ported over to the iPod Touch, iPhone, and iPad. Game includes many upgrades for the systems and is the best of the console versions. My number 1 is a game called Game Dev Story. It is a very little known game. It's been featured on IGN.com once, and your basic premise is you're playing as a game developer. You hire your own staff and make video games. Through the ways, when you get higher up, you can hire a hardware engineer, make your own console, and make games for that console. The game is highly addictive. It's a very, very well done simulation game, and to anyone who has any enjoyment of games, and since you're watching this, I assume you do, I highly suggest this as my number 1 game. So this has been our top 5 iOS games, and quite frankly, we haven't played everything.
But we have played a numerous amount of games. Not making it into my top 5 that deserve honorable mention is Topple 1 and Topple 2.
I personally have never played these games. Explain, Eric.
Essentially, it's kind of like a weird Tetris-style game where the pieces fall down and you want to stack them to make sure they don't fall over to one side or the other, and you lose 3 pieces, you're out. Physics-based.
Game that didn't make it into my top 5, just basically due to not really having too much gameplay. It's a game called Pocket Frogs, where you go around and collect frogs. It's really not that difficult of a game. There are always new frogs to collect. They keep releasing more.
There are a lot of apps out there. Don't conclude that this is the top iOS apps. Apps pertain to useful things like photography apps and organizational apps. This isn't that. This is just games we played. Should be viewed as any more or any less.
Yep, if you guys want to see that, we'll surely be doing more videos on our top 5 iOS apps. We, of course, would like to know what you guys think. What are your top 5 favorite iOS games? And if you guys have such a strong opinion, we'll be making videos later on that are stating what your top 5 cumulative apps are.
So really, this has been Top 5 with Eric
and Paul. And of course, thanks for watching. Stay average.